You never know what in the world's going to happen around here from one day to the next. And today was no exception. I walked out to the shop, turned the lights on, got everything going, and Allison showed up and got busy working on orders. Once I had the shop opened up and everything was up and going, I jumped in the 55. I need to go to town and get my hair cut because I'm looking a little long in the tooth and I'm tired of stuffing my hair up underneath my hat. So, I make my way into Great Clips in Pataskala. Now, it just so happens that Jersey Mike's Subs is right next door to Great Clips in town. So, I grabbed lunch for everybody and headed back to the shop. Now, I've got to admit, running errands in a small block 4-speed 55 Chevy is always a good time, especially when the weather is this nice. When I got back to the shop, Billy was working on putting lifters in that small block for the Malibu. He's got the heads on it torqued down, ready to go. The next step is sliding push rods and rocker arms on it and checking push rod length. And about that time, I got a call from Mark down at A1 Auto Parts. Me and the puppies jumped in the 55 to run down and pick up that new petcock for Billy's radiator for the S10. As usual, the dogs make a beeline for that dog treat jar he keeps behind the counter. When I called Mark this morning, he already knew what I needed before I ever even mentioned it, and had the part already ordered in for me. By the time I got back to the shop, Allison had a whole bunch of orders fulfilled, and Tommy was loading them up in the Blazer to take them to the post office. It's looking good. Adjusting the valves now.
Yeah, going through double checking them.
This is going to make a really, really nice little engine for that Malibu. 355 cubic inches with 195cc AFR heads and a comp hydraulic roller camshaft. I can't wait to hear this thing run. Billy decided to use this Super Victor Edelbrock intake, and he bought a brand new Brawler carburetor at Jegs today. While he's working on that, Vicky had some signatures she needed me to do on a few posters and some t-shirts. So I got that stuff taken care of while I had a few minutes to spare today. So it was right about this time, I get a text from Tommy, my youngest son, who has been on the hunt for a vehicle to replace his little S10 Blazer. His S10 Blazer doesn't carry very good oil pressure anymore. It rattles, it squeaks, it leaks. He hates it with a passion. I have to hear about it every single day. Well, he's found something on Marketplace and he wants me to go with him. Supposedly, it is a decent condition 1992 Chevrolet C1500, short bed, 2-wheel drive. He's always wanted one. Well, he finally found one and he claims he can afford. So we hook up the truck and the trailer and we head for Delaware. Now, I'm dealing with this sight unseen, last minute. We got to go look at this truck, Dad. It's too good of a deal to pass up. It's almost dark. We got to go, we got to go, we got to go. Now, in the back of my mind, I'm remembering the last time he wanted a pickup truck, and I took him clear to Tennessee to get it. So this is exactly what we need, Tommy.
In 3/4 of a mile, turn right onto Alpha Road Southwest.
Another project. Another Chevy pickup sitting in my freaking driveway.
Oh, this one won't sit.
Really? Say you swear.
Hey, the one that's sitting right now is technically yours, so.
How did I end up with that? The same way I ended up with this daggone dog. He had to have Chevy too. And she's a high maintenance puppy, I can tell you that. But I really can't complain too much. I love these dogs more than I love a lot of people, and they really love me. Anyway, we head on up to Delaware. Hopefully, we can make it there before the sun goes down, so I don't end up looking at a truck in the dark. Luckily, we found this thing on the first try without any problems. Parked under an old pine tree, and this thing is a total disaster mess. But it is a short bed 1992 Chevy pickup, half-ton, two-wheel drive with a clean interior, and the air conditioning still blows ice cold. Even though it's just a 305, we're not really worried about that. So we strike a deal on the little truck and load it up, tie it down before we run out of sunlight. What is your plan here, Thomas Juan Thomas Wigwam?
About how I feel right now, this Thomas Wigwam. But I think it's savable, and I think we got a good price on it. I think I would like to learn how to do some of the body work that it needs. Our friend Brandon that usually comes to the track and hangs out with us, he's got a truck, and he did all the cab corners and rockers on his truck. So he's a young kid like me, so I guess I'd like to try it. And if you mess it up, you start, it's already roughed up. So
Let's head home.
So I'm out here to see if the trailer is empty. The trailer is not empty. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Now, before we left, I hadn't cleared any of this with Vicky. I'd only talked to Tommy about it, so I wasn't really sure how she was going to react to yet another old pickup truck sitting around our driveway. So we unloaded the little truck, pulled it in the shop, and just prayed for her blessing. I guess it's always better to ask forgiveness than it is permission. Tommy got right to work with the vacuum cleaner, sweeping out the interior and vacuuming the pine needles off the cowl vent. By the time Vicky got there, he had the interior halfway cleaned up. And luckily, the interior was the first thing that she went to look at. She didn't mind it so much after she'd looked at the inside of it and noticed that the seats and the upholstery were still in pretty decent shape. She even got out some pledge and some cleaner and started cleaning the interior up for Tommy while he worked on the outside of the truck. And of course, Kenny, the first thing he does is put an SRC plate on the front. I guess it's part of the family now. So anyway, we made it home with the old 92 Chevy pickup. Tommy seems to be happy. Vicky's not unhappy. That's a plus. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I got enough work around here to keep Kenny busy for probably the next 20 years. And that's if Vicky doesn't have anything else she's got. What are you doing now? Oh my God. What the heck is that?
I'm ready for Matt.
Oh, you gotta be shitting me. Don't you have something better to do?
Nope. Look, zoom in.
Oh, what? Vacancy 1.
SRC KOA.
Oh, good grief.
And guess what?
What?
After he gets here, flip it over to 0.
Oh, for the
Full.
love of cripe. Have you talked to him? When's he gonna be here?
Probably late tomorrow night.
Yeah, probably late. Extra late.
Meaning 2 or 3 in the morning.
Probably.
I'm gonna plant this in the island right there where he parks. When he gets out his door, he'll see it.
I'll bet he'll be so happy.
Yeah.
All right, so Vicky's back in the house. I'm going to wind this thing up and head inside, I guess. As she was saying, Matt's going to be here tomorrow at some point. Probably late, as usual. But Matt's headed into town to work on the Nova. He's bringing fool's gold with him. And he is now packing 496 cubic inches of big block Chevrolet under the hood of that Nova. And he needs a little bit of help finishing up some wiring and some plumbing and some tuning and who knows, whatever else we get into, I don't know. I did go ahead and order a new radiator and upper and lower radiator hoses for the Nova, so that stuff should be here tomorrow. Mark's working on getting that in for us. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. All his nitrous stuff from Nitrous Express is already here. And I know his headers are in at Jegs, so we'll be making a trip into Jegs probably Wednesday to go pick those up. So, who knows what in the heck we're going to get into here the rest of the week. Stay tuned, guys. It's hard to tell.
What are they doing?
Idiots.